Georgina. Hope you're all doing well. Today we are going to work on the necklace. We started. Hi, Dorothy. You made it. We were all over on Dorothy's channel just a minute ago, and she was using the Christmas box from Thunderhorse Descendant as well. So we have got the...
Attach the magnetic holder to the knife and roll to sharpen. This is the original
commercial. I had forgot to switch the... Come on, switch over to the live chat. It looked like you were going to, but now it doesn't want to again. I do not understand why it's doing that. It drives me nuts, but I can't seem to get it to stop. And it's funny because I was just on Dorothy's channel and the chat was on fine, but on mine, it doesn't seem to want to work. It's strange. I wonder if I changed it to sitting. Hi, Dawn. If I switched it to the other direction, if that would maybe work. I don't know if I can. We'll give it a try and see what happens here. We're going to bump into each other. Well, still going to have to see if I can do this, though, because it might work if I get it switched. Come on. Still doesn't seem to want to. It's very weird. I don't understand what it's doing, but oh well, we'll worry about it some other time. We're going to work on put my little bell sideways here. The chip necklace. I have got our the pendant we decided we were going to use. I am going to take this bell that it has on it off. I don't like these fold over bells. I don't trust them. Hey, Mary. Good to see you. So I'm going to just pull it off right now. Hey, Heather, how's it going, baby? Is your leg feeling any better now that you got your stitches out? So I also have some spacers. We have some little flowery bead caps and some ball spacers. We're going to use those. And we still didn't decide. And I'm actually going to use, I have, come here, you. Copper, Metallics by Softlex. We're going to use this as our stringing wire. So we're going to pop this little baby together. We still haven't, oh, you're hurting like heck. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, you've got the baby there, don't you? How nice. That should be really nice. Heather's a granddaughter and her daughter and her husband are visiting. So always a lovely thing to have happen. You're not going to be on because Heather's not going to be on, she says, because she's got company. So if I need to run over, she says, no problem. And you know me, I'll run over. So, Heather, you might want to ask them to see if you can get some more pain pills. They gave me some more pain pills when I had my staples out of my knee, just because, well, they didn't expect it to feel good. So anyway, that's good. You do that. We're going to split these apart, but I'm going to try and keep my my beads about the same length, though I have decided I'm going to break between each color and put in the middle some other beads. And then I'll just put spacers probably between the two colors. And we're gonna do that. Though we're not gonna quite follow the pattern that's on the strand, because even though it's gorgeous, you know me, I have to have symmetry. So we're going to split, though, you know, you don't have to have symmetry. We could just split it right here like we would normally. It doesn't have to be symmetrical. It's just that I do usually, because, well, that's the way I am. Silly thing is being a turd. It's driving me nuts. Oh, I will be wanting to see that, Dorothy. Your one of the pendants you got for me is going to go great on a necklace you're making. Well, you know, that one you made with the black dragon's vein was really pretty. So I'll definitely be wanting to see that. Oh, that sounds sweet, Heather. The baby's putting her head on your shoulder. So we still haven't decided which beads we're going to use for our splits. So let's turn down and we'll see if we can give it some more thought, and maybe we can figure that out. So here we go. Okay, let's get this where I want it. And this has made my tablet slip again. That's fine, because it wasn't working anyway unfortunately, to get my chat up. I was hoping it would when I flipped it around sideways, but it did not. So, ouch, I just bumped my knee. Oh well. So we have our pendant here, and I've got one of these little bells to go, and we're going to just drop a few of our little round spacers behind it, so we don't have to worry about it rubbing on the wire at all. Not that it is really a worry, because it's actually probably just as smooth, that wire, as our chips are going to be. So I'm not too worried about it. So we'll get some wire out and put a bead stopper right here so the beads can't slide into the spool. I really can't stand it when I can't see what the beads are doing. So so this is going to be our middle. We're going to put a couple of our round beads under it. I'm going to split this in half. And I'm just going to cut the ends off up here on the threads. Come here, you. No running away from me. Okay. Okay. Now this is going to be the first side over on this side. I tend to do a little bit on one side first, and then I go on. So we want to split our beads up here. Now I've got most of the big ones over here. We don't want to do that, so because we want them to try and be even. One, two, three, four, five. Looks like we have an uneven amount anyway, so that's all right. So we want to put our first bunch of beads on this one side. I think we'll get some of the odds and end colors in. Ooh, that one's sort of close to the edge, but I think it'll be all right. It's one thing I don't really care for about chips is because even though these ones are really pretty ones, the holes are sometimes really close to, oops, sorry, didn't mean to bump the camera, the edge of your stone, and then they you have to worry about, are they going to break? Wow, where's your hole? Oh, there it is. So now this is about halfway. 7, this is 6 over here. So now I want to put on my first set of spacers, and we're going to go with the round spacer, the ball spacer, and then a bead cap. But now we have to decide what beads are going to be our round beads. Now, yesterday we were sort of debating which way we wanted to go with these. And that's because we have the tiger's eye, which will match our stone that we're going to use. Or we have the rhyolite, which adds some more greens and browns, but slightly different. And then we have the bronzite. Now I'm leaning towards the bronzite because of the size differentiation. I want that different size to pull the interest. So hi, Donna. So what I'm thinking is the bronzite will go in between either these or these. So it's going to go one here, and then some more bead caps, and then the bronzite, more beads caps, and then whichever of we choose of these two stones, the tiger's eye or the rhyolite. Now, I was leaning towards the tiger's eye because it matches our pendant stone. At the same time, I really like the rhyolite, how it brings together the greens and the browns. So what's our vote, guys? Did we ever decide which way we want to go with this? The tiger's eye or the rhyolite? In between with our bronzite. Mm-hmm. You know, that does give me, I want the bronzite for sure. The secondary color is what we're discussing here. The bronzite I'm going to use because of its different size. It's a bigger size. The other two are smaller, and they're more the size of the chips when you put them close to them. So the bronzite I'm using because I want to have that size differentiation. So I'm trying to decide, do I want to use the tiger's eye because it does pull in the color of the pendant, or do we want to use the rhyolite because it sort of melds the colors of the browns and the greens? Now, somebody just said, can we use both? That's true, Dawn, it does. the rhyolite does work better as far as that is concerned. But somebody said, can't you use both? So that gave me a little thought that possibly I was just going to put spacers between when we split from the moss agate to the crystal. But what if we just put a spacer and one tiger's eye between? That might work really cool. Let's see what that looks like. So we'll go first, we'll get our rhyolite out because we're going to go with rhyolite, I think we've decided. And for our first stone here, get a couple of the rhyolites off of the strands so we're not having to fight with them here. But I don't want a ton of them because I'm notorious for dropping stuff on the floor, as you all know, and we don't want to do that if we can help it. Or not too many anyway. So now we'll cut the bronzite loose. We'll get a few of the bronzite off. So what I'm thinking we'll do, come here, give me my strand. Now is we're going to go with the rhyolite. Goes here. Now we're going to do a double bead cap by going, actually I'm going to even do a little bit more. We want to make sure we have enough. We're going to go like this. Back to the other way. Bronzite. Bead cap. Now, when I originally thought I'd do this break, I was thinking a small break in between the two the colors, but I think as far as, you know, the one strand with color in between, but I think it's going to get a little bigger than I'd originally planned, but that's all right. I got no problem with that. Boop. Come back here, rhyolite. Now see what? That's what I was saying. I'm dropping my beads already. So those spacers are stuck together. How strange. Usually metal ones don't stick together. Okay, so here's where we're starting. Now we're going to put the other ones we knocked off here on this side. We'll start with this bright green one. I think it makes it more fun, Beth, that I have you guys to bounce ideas off of and such. So so that is one of the very definite reasons why I do that. Now my original thought was we would just put, I'm not sure I need the tiger's eye right here though, but we'll see what it looks like. Come here, you, because this is where we're going to put our focal on here. But what I was thinking we would do to get the tiger's eye involved was simply to, these are pretty tiger's eye. They got lots of pretty banding and such on them. If I can find their hole, there we go. Then I'm going to just put one like this between the two color breaks. Right now, we're going to put on our since it wants to be stuck together anyway, this is where we're going to put our bail. And that can go right between there. So it's going to go like this, and then our pendant will hang right here. We're going to go. Now, I was going to just go to another strand of the green so we stay in symmetry, but I'm always telling myself I can't keep I cannot do asymmetrical stuff. So we're going to try asymmetrical stuff by just simply going to the opposite way and putting the crystals in right now. One of these, is there a knot here? I thought I cut them off. Or is one of these just really tiny? Oh, one of them's got a tiny hole. Okay. So we'll now start with the crystals on this side. Though actually we need to put another tiger's eye on here first, so that we're keeping the proper direction here. Rhyolite, go over there. Wow, this rhyolite has a lot of gray agate in it. Oop, see? Isn't it pretty? But, so now we're going to our half and half of our crystals, so we got to split those guys up. That's one big one. We'll put this slightly big one over here. Okay. Okie dokie. So oh, yes, I am wearing my bracelet, Heather. Okay, I missed something. Hey, Brandy. Okay. Be careful getting your grandson, Dorothy. Have a nice trip over there. So we're going to put this half of the crystals on, then we'll do this pattern here. This particular one's like a dog bone. Oh, come back here, baby. Look at the color pattern on this rhyolite. It's all over the place. It's pretty cool looking. Now, as I said, our pendant, because I did decide to go ahead and go asymmetrical and do the different banding, our pendant's going to hang right here. So it's going to have the green on one side and the crystal on the other. I think this is going to look really cool. Hope y'all agree with that. Okay, now we want to get this other half of crystals on here. No, don't lose the bead, but at the same time, try and find the hole. Oh, incidentally, see how these don't sit like they're sitting right? Just take your fingers and roll on them, and they'll sooner or later drop down into a closer fit. If they're just sticking out all over the place. The longest thing about stringing this guy is going to be finding the freaking holes in our chips. Of course, it still doesn't help that I haven't cut my nails. Oops, I think I saw the hole. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay, so I'm going to have to wiggle these a bit. There we go. Now we'll put our tiger's eye right here, because now we're going into our other color. Where's the end of the tiger eye? There it is. Nope. Yep. Just has a bend in it. Okay. So that's going to be our differentiation between our colors here. Now we're going to the next bunch of gray, or not gray, green. So we'll get our string back out, pull our green strand off here, our green section. Bronzite, go over here. And now we need to separate these guys out. Beady holiday movie. Hi, Sid. Not sure how we could do that, Beth. I don't know. Are we going to watch the holiday movie while we bead? What are we going to do? If we're going to watch the holiday movie while we bead, it might be a wee bit difficult. I hear a car door, so I think my daughter just got home. She had a meeting at work, so she had to stay over. Yep, there she is. There's the door. Now, there we go. So, get this green half on, then we'll put our pattern in the middle and get the other green half on. There we go. Sit down proper. There we go. Roads are bad, huh, honey?
Yeah, they're horrible.
My daughter says the roads are horrible. We got another, I think my husband said 3 or 4 inches of snow last night. So,
All I could say is thank God for four-wheel drive.
yeah. Those two are stuck together again. Oop. Okay. Let's roll these so they get into position. Then we've got the little tiger eye now. I'm going to have to give us some more line here pretty soon. And we go back into the crystal. We had more line out than I thought. So there's the middle part. So we have a crystal and a green on this side and a green on that side. So let's say this crystal goes on that side. So we can do a crystal and a green on this. We have one more we can do on this side. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then split these. I guess we can do 2 more on this side. So we have the crystal next. So we'll pull the crystal off of our strand and split it in half so we can get it going on our necklace. Though we may not use it all. We'll have to see how long we're getting. I don't want it to be more. And we are already at 8. So get the other half done, we'd be about 18 right now. So we can probably do, well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Oh, thank you, Nita. Okay, I've missed something by looking at this. My grandson's doing pretty fine. He's a night owl, so he's still in bed right now.
It's quiet at night.
Thank you, Mary. Yeah, I think it's looking pretty good. That the crystal mixed in with all the other darker, the greens really makes a difference to it, to the lightness, the darkness of it. But so per usual, I'm sending beads everywhere. Mom, not so good. Mom is had a stroke. For those who didn't know, my mom had broke her hip, about a month or so ago. And the doctors thought she'd do real well, but she didn't. She was doing pretty good, and then they released her. They decided because she wasn't doing as well as they hoped she would, they sent her to a care facility. She got to come home from the care facility. They thought she was doing good enough to do that. And then she started going downhill again. And my older sister, who was with her, realized that she was fairly positive she'd had a stroke. So ran her to the ER, and she had a stroke. So then her kidneys, apparently, while she was in the hospital, have started to fail. So not so great. They did say that she would need to go back into a care facility again. And so they're looking for one that they think Mom would not mind too much. So we'll see how that goes. But she is 95, so we have to start expecting things like this to happen. I mean, so there's our first set of crystals. So we need to do the, do I not have any more bead caps out? Looks like I do not. No, that needs to stay in the bin. So anyway, I talked to my older sister, who's been taking care of her the most, and um, we were chatting about things. I was actually getting it as just as concerned about my sisters as I was my mom, because they've been, taking care of her, and it's not something you're used to doing, and they're older than I am, so um, it's a lot of stress on them. So, well, I take that back. My two younger sisters are there as well. So 4 of my sisters live nearby, but my oldest of the ones that are there is the one who's doing her major amount of her caregiving. So staying with her at night and such like that in the hospital. So I wanted to talk to her to see how she was doing mainly. And she said that she was trying to think of things to hold mom's interest. So I showed her do you guys remember when we made the pink sun catcher with all the crystals all down, hanging down the bottom? My sister thought she would like that for some visual interest, so I'm going to send that to mom. And my sister said she'll try and get it hung in her room somewhere where it will throw the more rainbows, because it does have lots of crystals, so it should. So that's the plan right now. I gotta get that boxed up. The trick is going to get it boxed up safely enough, because there's so many crystals I don't want them banging together and shipping. So I'm going to have to get some tissue and wrap around each leg of it. But okay, where'd that last one fall? There we go. Now this is the tiger's eye spot, since we're going to be changing colors again here. That's the knotted side. There we go. This tiger eye wasn't as colorful as the other ones have been, but that's all right. Now I am going to measure it again, because this is where we would change colors to go to the green now. And like I say, I don't want more than 24 inches. So if this is at the 12-inch, we're done. It is. We are done with this side. It's at the 12. So we are at 24. We're going to quit this side, which means it won't get the last section of green on it, but that's all right. We don't have to have all those sections. And we're going to get our line cut now so that we can get the other side going. Hey, Kimberly. Oh, the baby's going to come tomorrow for sure. Yes, I was talking about my mother, Dorothy. My sister noticed that her face was not looking right the other day, and took her to the ER, and she had had a stroke. So my sister, like I said, I'm going to send her the pink sun catcher, and my sister's going to try and find a place in her care facility room where she can hang it so it'll catch the sun, and she'll get rainbows. So that should give her quite a bit of visual interest, not only from the sun catcher's prettiness, but from the rainbows that it will throw. So let's get our wire cut. I think we need just a little bit more. That should be enough. Get just a little bit of extra. I'd rather have extra than not enough. It drives me nuts when I don't have enough wire. So now we're going to put in our tiger's eye on this side. So we're right here, which is a little bit weird to me to compare and have it be different colors. But since I am such a symmetrical type person. Now, because these are chips, they may end up being different lengths on either side when we get done. We'll see. So now we're at our little tiger's eye here. So we want our ball spacer and our little bead cap here. And the tiger's eye. That's the knotted side. And we want the other side. There we go. Now, because we need crystal now, but we left off at the green because we had used the crystal up here, we're going to have to drop this section of green off as well as the section of crystal. And we'll just sort of set this green aside for when we get done with the crystal. And we can put this green on. I'm going to get one of my little trays out to put the green beads in, so they're not just rolling around loose here. Now we'll get our crystal out. And since there's two sections here, and we know we left one section not on this side, that would mean one wouldn't go on this side. So we're probably done with these beads. So if we want to, we can always make some earrings with some of these beads. And I didn't get, there we go. So are you going to slide over that knot? Nope, good. So I'm going to cut the extra thread off. And we'll just put this back in the bag since we shouldn't need it right now. So now we're going to split our crystals up here. Looks like we're going to have an extra. We'll put it on this side. Yes, I could make it into a bracelet, the extra beads. There we go. think I just had a rhyolite hit the floor. Oh well. Now back to our crystal beads. Camilla flowers. I don't think I've heard of them, Beth. Wiggle around you. There we go. Now we'll put our tiger's eye on, and boy, I'm going to have to see about separating some of these metal beads. That's very strange. That must be the antiquing that's making it do that. Tiger's eye. Where's the end? There we go. Nope, that's the other end. Well, where the heck? Oh, there it is. Now it's time to get those green beads out and separate those out now. So I put this on here for right now. We're going to dump out our green beads. Now, the only problem I have, one of the problems I have with working with chips is because one side maybe end up being longer than the other side because the chips are, of variant sizes. So, though actually we seem to be doing pretty good here. So we only have this section now to put on. So we will separate our one bronzite, two rhyolite, 1, 2 our green beads, and then we'll need one more tiger's eye at the end. So, well, that sounds pretty. The camellia flowers are blooming at the same time as your azaleas, huh? Now, see, we can grow azaleas here, but of course they won't bloom at this time of the year. But I would hope not. Anyway, they'd be in the snow. Unless this has another hole in it, this one is broken. And I think that's the other half of it right there. Must have been broken on the strand. Oh, nope, there's a hole there on that one. So, and there's another hole here, come to see it. So maybe it is all right. Maybe we can use it. We'll see. 1, 4. Well, we'll see how it works. So, looks like I cut a lot more line than I actually needed, but that's all right. Okay, I'm going to flip this one the other way. There we go. No, not two, just one. A couple more stuck together ones. There's another one that's stuck. Okay. Now I think that should be the end. And it's actually not too bad as far as evenness is concerned. It doesn't look like. So I've got a lot more strand over here, so I'm going to move this, slide this so it comes up this direction and it's got more line on this side, which I don't really need, but you know, we want to even it out some. So here we go. Oops, don't have it down all the way. Okay. May be a little off kilter, but not too much. Not enough that I'm going to worry about it. So I think we're done with the stringing portion. Let's measure it. I'm pretty sure it's going to be about 24 inches. So let's take hold of our bail and put it down here. And yeah, she's going to be 24 inches. Now, if you wanted it smaller at this point, this would be where you just start pulling beads off of either side till you got more of a length you wanted. Say I wanted 22 inches, I'd want to pull like, well, if I pulled it off to right here, it would actually be probably about 20 inches then. Let's see. No, it would be 22. So if I wish to, pull it off to right here to get a slightly shorter length of our necklace. And end it right there. Instead of at 24, it would be 22 that way. So I'm going to sort of hold it up to myself, see where it's going to land at the 24 and see if I would actually want it to be a little shorter. No, it'll be all right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get some crimp tubes out and I'm going to make a little loop at the end where we're going to put our clasp. I haven't decided what clasp I want to put on yet. So I'm just going to put some loops so that we can jump ring it for right now. I may get one of my magnetic clasps since this is long enough. I couldn't conceivably see that I'd want it longer. It's not as heavy as I would have expected with it all beaded like this. So I was debating if I wanted to do a double crimp. I don't think it's going to need it. You go down there too. You guys all need separated. So we're just going to go on here. And since this is the first side, I can just decide where I want the crimp to sit and just put it in place without worrying about the other beads right now. So we're going to put our crimp tube inside our, and squish, and turn and squish. Now the copper crimp tubes have a slightly larger wall, or thicker wall, I should say. So if, oh, come on, don't tell me you're not going to take this in the bead here. It says it's not. So we're going to test this crimp, make sure it's good and good. And then we're going to take our flush cutters, get our extra length of wire here, slide the flush cutter up that wire right till you hit the crimp and then snap it off. Now we'll roll this guys down over to this side. Don't lose your crimp. Got a lot of extra wire here. I could do something with it. So down you go. Now we're going to see if this this ball spacer on this side will take our extra wire. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. It just depends on the size of the hole. Looks like these have a smaller hole, so I'm not going to worry about it. We'll just pull our wire down. To where we need it to be. Where's my other end? There it is. Yeah, it's about the same. Come on. Okay. Now we're going to push on this, make sure it feels tight. It does. Again, we're going to take our flush cutters and just slide up to the top of the wire here where it hits your crimp and then just snap it off. So there is our strand all done. Got a bit of wire here. I might have enough to do something with that. This we need to get a jump ring. These all need to get out of my way. We'll get a jump ring. We'll put our pendant on to our and we can use either, just going to use a medium one. And I'll take 3 medium ones out because we're going to need those for our clasp, whatever we decide to use. Sorry, since we don't need all these beads here, I'm getting rid of some of them so they're not in our way while we work on this. This baggie might be too small. It is. I flipped one of those little extra pieces of the wire, the cord that these are hanging on, and it went right up on top of the camera. Get some of these things out of our way so we have more room to work and we can see what we're doing more. Wonder if the rhyolite's small enough to manage in this bag right now. I really hate when the line for your beads is really long and it just keeps getting in your way. So we're just going to push you guys down into there. Get in there. And they should go away. Bing. All right. Leave the round ones out because I'm going to do a little work on them. Now, let's see. Nope, those are gold. I need to find I need to decide what I want to use for a clasp. I do have lobster claws in this color, or I think I might even have some. I know I have bright copper. I have bright copper. Oh, sorry. Brain is shutting down for some reason. You ever have that problem where you're thinking and then all of a sudden you're going, what? Where am I going with this? Because I'm not sure. Oh, actually, I have the perfect thing. Voila. It's a magnetic clasp that is antique copper. So now these are really strong little magnetic clasps. At 24 inches, though, I don't think this needs to get any longer. So we're just going to put our clasp on here. Oh, look at this. It's trying to pull the jump ring up to the magnet itself. I'm going to see if a double will fit here since these are really strong little clasps. And yeah, it will. Not double clasp, but double jump ring. Now let's see if we got them on good. Yep, they are. So we'll need 2 more to go to the other side. Can I review using the macrame board tomorrow? Yes, I definitely can. I actually sold 2 of my macrame bracelets during my show, so we can make some macrame bracelets, or at least a macrame bracelet tomorrow if you want to. Get your rat tail out, your large hole beads, some larger hole beads, and your macrame board if you have one, and we'll do that tomorrow. Oh, let me get hold of it. The magnet is very strong and it's trying to hold my... Stop it. It's trying to hold my plier as well as itself. So now we're going to get the second one on there. Now what I'm trying to do here is get hold of the cord, but make sure it's on the other side of our jump ring so that I don't twist it up here. And it's... There we go. Okay. So now I've got double jump rings on my magnetic clasp because the little magnetic clasp is very strong and we don't want to have our jump rings pull off. So there we go. Our necklace is all finished. So oh, are you now? Well, I could have used an Old Faithful rather than that. I do believe I have some in, well, I think I may only have gold and silver in my Old Faithful, so I'd have to check. There, I can see there's some silver ones up there, but I don't think I have a magnetic clasp in. So that's about as asymmetrical as I get with our different colored stones on either side. But I think it turned out quite nicely. I'm pretty pleased with it. So now I'm going to see about my ball spacers here because a lot of them are stuck together. Let's see, you are not. You are not. Sometimes when they're stuck together like this, you could just push there. See, like that, I just broke those two apart. Gotta have a strong thumbnail to do that, though. Doesn't want to. So what you need to do then is to take your flush cutters and go down between them and cut them loose from each other. I think this is the antiquing that's causing these to stick together like this. Oh, look at that. That one had a piece of that, whatchamacallit in between them. The seed pods that they use to keep the color from being problematic. So did that one. Wonder if it was the seed pods actually holding it together, because they might be stuck in the middle there with the antiquing. But anyway, fixed. So if your beads stick together, when you do it with glass, you have to be careful. And glass will stick together too. Same thing, because of the coatings on it, they will stick together as well. Whoop. Let's turn up. So here's our necklace. It is 24 inches. Turned out pretty nicely. I like it. So it does fall relatively low. If you're not into low necklaces, it will go, well, it goes to my cleavage, so, but, so. Thank you, Carolyn. So take it off, back off again. And that turned out nicely. For anybody who didn't see my sun catcher that I plan on sending to my mom, this is what it looks like. So it's got lots of crystals, so it will definitely throw a lot of really pretty rainbows if they get it in the sun for her. So well, I had planned on going to sell it, but then when I started pricing things out, it was going to be about 250 to 225, 225 to 250, somewhere around there. And my hot air balloon, which we made on our members live, would be about 350. So I decided, well, those might be a little spendy for most people, but I was going to put that out on my show, but then I decided to give it to Mom. So so anyway, I'm going to go. I have not eaten very much today, so I'm getting a little hungry. So I'm going to go eat something. Heather says she's not coming on today, so I think we're done for the day, ladies. It has been a lovely day. I think the necklace turned out really good. Thanks for helping with the advice and stuff. I think it worked out pretty good. So anyway, there is our necklace for today. This is our, well, technically the fourth thing we've made out of our Christmas box from Thunderhorse Descendant. All of the beads were from the kit, including our pendant. I added the bail and all the spacers and the magnet clasp, of course. So everything else is from the kit. I think it turned out really pretty. I'm liking it a lot. We'll have to think of what we're going to make next. Yesterday we made the earrings. And then we also made the 2 hair barrettes last week. So I think we did. We're having fun playing with this Randy's box. It's not Christmas colors, but it's fun. So anyway, we will see you all tomorrow. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden. And remember, it has been requested we use our macrame board again. So get yourself some rat tail. Ta-da. Rat tail, or satin. They call it satin cord, or they call it rat tail. It's this size. This is the silver one. I have 2 champagne ones. Maybe we'll use the champagne tomorrow. Champagne is a pretty color. Then we also, you want your macrame board, and you want some beads with a slightly larger hole than the norm. They don't have to have a huge hole, but they do have to have a relatively good size hole. So you can, we can do that. In all actuality, no, I don't think I would want to. I was going to say we could use a golem bead for the middle, but I'm not sure how well, the outer strands would work. And so we might look at it though. Anyway, everybody have a nice afternoon. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.